birthday on the planet for me, the whole year because I do not like Christmas. It annoys me. It's just I never have liked it. It's not the religion, it's the stuff. Like I don't like the decorate. I don't like none of it. The music, like all of it. It's just yep. So I'm glad. I'm very happy. The world is back to normal. Yay! But because I am on the internet, I mean, off the cable, and I don't listen to radio anymore and stuff like that, it's less and less. So I'm not, and I don't do the shopping. I don't really do the shopping. So um, it's less and less. Anyway, uh, where I stand on the 7%, I just want to put this on record. Um, I am not in any way delusional. I'm pro-black. I'm pro-black. I'm pro people of the sun. I'm pro people of the sun. Um, why am I against immigration? I'm against immigration for many reasons. And the only people I have a problem with as far as not being a bad fit is Somalians. I think they're a really bad fit for America. And I've already gone through all the reasons why. They're personal, they're real, they're based on experiences, and it's real knowledge. So I want to start off with that. Uh, what's up? Hey, how's it going, MOT? So I want to say that because I've been accused of not liking immigrants. That's not what it is. The reason why I think immigration is dangerous, it's a catch-22. It's two sides of the coin. First of all, I think immigration is a bad thing. When you use immigration as a way to right wrongs. For example, you go to countries and you exploit, you destroy, you colonize, you wage wars, you destroy the infrastructure, and then you make it okay because you bring all the people, or at least a portion of the people whose country you destroyed, you bring them to the United States. I think that's bad policy, right? I think that's bad policy. So that's one of the reasons why I'm against immigration. You'll notice that it's an apology for evil that has been done. You're supposed to forgive it and move on. But what it does is it creates sleeper cells, right? It creates antagonism in your own country. The root of it, stop doing the dirt, which they can't. Stop, feeding to the, military industrial complex and exploiting people. And then you don't have to bring them to countries that they can't actually handle being in. And you don't have to create these, welfare states and all this other bullshit that y'all are doing. Y'all are making stuff complicated because you're doing evil out in the world and you think it's acceptable. That's a trade off. That's bullshit. We just had a plot, was it two days ago? It's so called Kenyan, but it's really probably Somali because they do fake records. And they were going to come here to Atlanta where I live, and the guy had a pilot license, and he was going to crash the plane that he stole, what he planned to steal from the Delta at the Hartsfield International Airport, and he was going to crash it into the Bank of America building. You know, for what? For what? You can't have these people here that you've done dirt to. Imagine if you brought a whole bunch of Gazans over here. Hell, if I was a Gazan after all of this and I came over here, I'd be here to kill, steal, and destroy. I get even. I'm just saying. You can't destroy people's society, their culture, their family lineage, and then bring them as we're sorry, and think it's going, nah. That's why these Afghans and all these other people, these Somalis, is get back. It's get back. And it's hard for me as a black person because I get it. But at the same time, hell, I'm here. I'm American. And you think you fucking over the white man, you fucking over the fucking infrastructure that I rely on too. So, and that's why double consciousness, what W.B. Du Bois said, is very difficult. Because here I am, I am black and I'm American, you know, two different agendas in one black body. It's a problem. It's a problem. It's conflicted, no doubt, no doubt. So yes, black people do have to walk a fine line to make it make sense. How American am I? How black am I? You got to make a decision. And some people think you can only be one at a time. It's difficult to be both. But anyway, I get back to my point. You can't use immigration, number one, to make up for the evil that you've done out in the world. Number two, immigration is a bad thing in the sense that people are running away from their culture. They're running away through, assimilation. If they decide to assimilate, you lose a lot. You lose your language, you lose your connections, your family background. Stay home where you belong. Stay home and build your shit. Make your place great, That's the problem. You are neglecting. If they didn't have all this immigration, Africa would be great at this point. There's a brain drain. All your smartest, most capable, they go to the West. They go run into the white man. That's not helpful. That's not helping build Africa. So when you say you pro African or Pan African, or you pro Black people or people of the sun or whatever the fuck you want to say, are you really? Because you understand that immigration is draining the gifts and the talents. Immigration drains the gold. It allows people to be cowards. You're draining the best, the brightest, the strongest, the fittest from those countries, which leads to more underdevelopment. And that's why I say some people don't have sophistication to see global politics and sociology and how all of that plays in together. You got to think. You got to think past, your emotions. You got to think past the headlines. You got to think past the surface. You got to think deeper, you know? Now, one thing about immigration that I can say, in my opinion, when we talk about the 7%, what is that? That is the white folks. Globally, there's only 7% of white folks left. Y'all can call me racist. You can say whatever you want to say. You can label me. I don't care. I'm at a place in my life, I guess you call it the fuck it 40s, where I accept who I am and I am a racist. I do not like white people. I don't care for them based on who they have shown themselves to be historically since the beginning of time. They are the most destructive people on the planet through colonialism, and all kind of exploitation. They come to kill, steal, and destroy, and nothing will change my mind. All that, oh, meritocracy and all that bullshit about, oh, you gotta everybody's an individual. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. All the evidence points to one thing: demons incarnate. And so to the person who is saying, "Oh, you're not pointing to the real, problems of the planet, which is white men." Oh, no, no, no. I see clearly, but I see things through multiple perspectives. I am glad there's a Nick Fuentes. People say, "Oh, you must be a fan." I'm not. I like Nick Fuentes because he forces people to be who the fuck they really are. He forces people to take a side. He says what all the polite people won't say, and that's how you stay fooled. That is how you stay fooled, by being polite and not saying what you really think and what you really feel. So all the brown people on the planet, they think that they're their friends. This is why I like Nick Fuentes. I like Trump. I like what they're doing. I disagree with the agenda because it's all evil, right? It's all greed. It's all self-preservation. It's selfish. It's hateful. It's all of that. But I need white people to show their teeth. We need white people to show their teeth. Why does that matter? Because we fall asleep. We keep forgetting. We keep forgiving, and we have to stop doing that. We, as brown people on this planet, whether you Hindu, Muslim, Christian, whatever the fuck you are, you got to realize they don't like you, period. And we get into conservatism, we get into coonery, we get into all these fantasies about being accepted by somebody who doesn't fucking matter. They don't fucking matter. We got to stop thinking they matter. And I know that the tap dancing exists. I see people even in YouTube, white person come around, y'all bowing and bending and breaking and trying to figure out how to make what they say and do is right. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all keep forgetting and forgiving. But see, I'm nation raised. I'm nation of Islam. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he taught us you are dealing with a demon, and that shit is never going to change. That's the past, that's the present, and that's going to be the future. The 7% needs to go. So, immigration, while I talk shit about it in the United States as it relates to certain populations, I am absolutely excited about the way they are throwing out the immigrants. Because guess what? The immigrants are realizing the truth. What is the truth? We got to get to the truth. That's my only hope. What is the truth? The truth is they don't like you. There is no meritocracy. There is no colorblind. There is no great one America. It's not. It's a lie. It's all false. It's fake. It's a cover. You are asleep. You got to wake up. And these things are waking people up. When Nick Fuentes says nigger, nigger, it does something to you. You understand? When they call the vice president's wife a Jeep and they tell her she needs to go home, are you going to send your wife home? We need to hear that because Indians don't think that they think that they're special. All these model minorities, they think they're fucking special. They think they are the exception to the rule of whiteness. There is no fucking exception. You ain't white, you ain't white. They are the power brokers in this country at the present time. But what I'm telling you is we got to wake up to white supremacy. We got to understand that there are no exceptions to the rule. Mr. Indian Man, Mr. Vivek Ramaswamy, do you see now? They got a meme said, do you see now? Do you see? Do you see Vivek Ramaswamy? That shit they say out their mouth is a lie. You need to listen to Nick Fuentes. He's telling you the truth of who they are. And that's why they want to kill him. Because as long as they package this shit, they can package a whole load of horse shit in a nice little box, put a big bow on that bitch, and deliver it to every type of minority there is. And y'all be so happy to get a goddamn gift from the white man. You open it up, you all happy, and then you see a pile of shit. And then you say, oh, what a nice gift, thank you. Thank you. So happy. It's a pile of shit, man. It's a pile of shit. I don't care how they box it. You can't put lipstick on a pig. It's a pile of shit. It's always been a pile of shit. But we keep opening these boxes and keep forgetting that it's gonna be another pile of shit with a bow. And we think we're doing something. It's progress. No, it's not. No, it's not. Let's just stop the lies. Let's get to what Nick Fuentes is talking about. Let the white man's real feelings come out. That's what we gotta do. We gotta start listening to them. This past time when Kamala Harris didn't make it, it was a whole bunch of white liberals. They listening to Nick Fuentes because they really feel like him. And they might not have voted for Trump, but they might have. But a lot of them motherfuckers sat home. Racism is real. White supremacy is real. It permeates everything in this society. It permeates everything. White supremacy is reigning strong in America. And we trying to pretend like we don't see it. We trying to pretend we can pretend it away. Vivek Ramaswamy has been given his ass. He had the nerve to go before Turning Point USA. Let me read these comments. Um, see, Gen Z said, I see it here in Dallas with the Indians. They don't assimilate and they keep to themselves. Well, I think that's self protective for the Indians to keep to themselves, but there's a part of them that still wants to be accepted by whites. They see white people as supreme. They see that pale skin as something valuable. And they think that by proximity, if I act white, if I look white, if I do things the way white folks do, at least when I'm interacting with them, then I can get a pass. And they're not realizing, no, 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 no. That's never gonna work. See, these people didn't grow up with white folks. They haven't had generations of experience. They don't know. They just keep worshiping and worshiping. But these white folks are showing them. They showing them when they putting policies out here that reject them outright. Muslim bans and stuff like that. There's a lot of pale Arabs from Jordan. I know some of them. I know a lot of Arab people. Jordan, Turkey, they pass for white, baby. You would think they were white if you didn't know. But they're showing them. And that's what we need to do. We got to wake up by looking at what they do. Look at what they're actually doing. Forget what they're saying. And now that they're able to talk, that's why they're fighting. That's why the MAGA is fighting. Because there's one side that wants to keep it real as fuck. Or as Nick Fuentes said, a white, he called it, what's it called, wang off or some shit? A white nigga going hard as fuck. That's what he calls it. He said a white nigga going hard as fuck. That's what they got. They got on one side of MAGA, the white nigga going hard as fuck for his people and white supremacy. And then they got the other ones who want to keep sending out, boxes of shit with bows on it. And the two of them are fighting. They're fighting. And then you got stupid ass Vivek Ramaswamy standing up in front. Can you understand the balls it took for him to stand up in front of Turning Point USA, brown as he is, he darker than me, and stand his Indian ass up there and tell them white folks, your heritage, the forefathers, this, that doesn't matter. We're all American. I said, look at this fool. Look at this fool. He hasn't had enough yet. He's starting to wake up. It's slow. All right, and then Ms. Small says, I never understood the Pan African thing. If all their smart people are here in the USA disrespecting black, right? Pan Africanism isn't real. That's just fake. It's one sided, if anything. It's one sided. And even when they extend something to black people in from Africa, like in Ghana, it comes with all these tricks and bullshit and trade offs and stuff. Yeah. Pan Africanism is a one sided love affair. It's not real. They don't think you're fucking relevant, you know. And I'm not against Africans. I'm not. I have lots of African friends, and I used to be married to a West African. I've lived around Africa. I deal with a lot of African people. I'm not against African people. That idea of Pan Africanism, that's the idea. You can meet me where I'm at. Shit, that's it. As simple as that. Meet me where I'm at. But all these lofty ideas, you got a lot of people with Pan Africans. They never been to Africa. A lot of people with Pan Africans, they never actually dealt with, been friends with, eat with, go to the home of Africans. They don't know nothing about no African people. They just got this beautiful idea of an African map and we all brotherhood. Which country? Which country? Who do you know from that country? And what relation? Just the person who do your hair? I mean, come on now. We got to have interpersonal relationships. That's more Pan African than that bullshit hotel Pan Africanism is. Connecting on an individual, basis. So yeah, Pan Africanism is bullshit. Vivek keeps getting that Curry wake up. Yes, he is. They whipping Vivek Ramaswamy's ass left and right. I love going to his Twitter every day. This motherfucker put up Merry Christmas. Boy, they told him a whole new asshole. They tore him a whole new asshole. He can't even say Merry Christmas. Everything he says is a problem. I'm like Vivek. Read the comments. Listen to the white folks. They telling you who they are, and you just pissed them off talking about meritocracy and what did he say? I'm an American, and my parents and my family being immigrants doesn't mean that your family, who's been here for a long time, is any different. I said, oh shit now. You just opened up a whole can of worms. You just basically told white supremacy to kiss your whole entire ass. But this is the problem with the conservatives. You create these motherfucking monsters, okay? Because you do the lies and the lip service. You keep sending them fucking packaged boxes of shit with the bow on it. You keep doing that. You fooling these people. Them Cubans got the what? FIFO. Fuck around and found out. They thought they was white. You told them they was good as white. They thought they was Republican and conservative. They got a pass. You sent their ass right back to motherfucking Castro. They back in Cuba now. They hunting Cubans in Miami. That's what I'm saying. We got to wake up. So the 7%, that's my point. The 7% is giving you their ass to kiss. They've been giving you their ass to kiss. And y'all didn't want to see that it was an ass to kiss. Y'all wanted to call it something else. Look at that moon. Isn't that beautiful? No, that's an ass to kiss. That's just like the box of shit with the bow on it. They've been giving y'all the same shit. And y'all motherfuckers just forget and forgive and stay asleep. They don't mean you no good. They don't mean you no good. They never meant you no good. They don't like you. They don't care about you. They don't like Hindus. They don't like Muslims. They don't like anything other than a white, male, heterosexual, da 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 da. And I've come to find out, I'm going to do a whole nother stream about that. Why is there so much infighting? It's because Erica Kirk is doing everything they don't want white women to do. And that is destroying it. That's really, I'm going to do a whole nother stream about that. Feminism and all this other stuff. I'm going to do a whole stream about that. I'm gonna do a whole stream about that. But my point is with the 7%, the Mexicans, they had to follow, they had to fuck around and find out. They want to believe that they just come across they just come across the border, legal or illegal, but if they stay here long enough, they can what? Assimilate. They can go into LA and Arizona, New Mexico, Texas and stuff like that, and Utah, and they can just settle in and learn a little English, second, third generation. They're the same people. They start voting conservative, fuck everybody else, da 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 da. They carry the subculture. Okay, you thought you was good. You thought you was close proximity to whiteness. They showing you they don't like you. I don't know what it's gonna take for people of color to understand that white people don't mean you no good. They don't like you. They will never like you. So I'm enjoying watching the dragging of Vivek Ramaswamy, the public fucking lynching of an Indian. I am enjoying myself. And it's not because I'm pro white, I am pro truth. I am pro black people and people of color waking the whole fuck up. They don't like you. So this is the reality. This is why the next 20 years is going to be Republican. I'm telling you why. They've already said this is the plan. They've already got it like it's a lineage, like it's a fucking succession. They've already decided. So what has happened is the 7% thought they was going to preserve themselves. They said, oh my God, our numbers are down. Our women hate us. We're not procreating. When they do procreate, they procreate with brown people and tan people. That the white man is becoming alone. Even the white woman don't want the white man because he's so fucked up. So we got a problem with our white women. We're not procreating at the level we need to procreate. So globally, we have all these immigrants. They're taking over. The mosques are coming. The Hindus are coming. The Indians, the Mexicans. Like we're overwhelmed. These Africans, everybody here, and we are out fucking number, and they are mass procreating. What the fuck are we gonna do? The numbers are done, y'all. They're done. The 7% has come to its end. It is 2025 going on 2026. I guarantee you by 2100, 2100 year, these motherfuckers will barely, they're going to be as scarce as Native Americans. You understand? A purely all white person. That shit is not going to exist by 2100. They can't keep up. They can't keep up. I said I was going to go to some kind of AI and try to generate the level of if every person, starting with two people, has three children on average in three generations, okay, which will get us to 2100. How many compared to how many white people who have like what, one kid or none? I just want to see the numbers exponentially killing them, killing them, killing them. They're fucking done. They're going extinct. It's gonna be as hard to see them as it is a fucking woolly mammoth, okay? That's where we're at. So their end is coming. They know it. And this is why they are planning for the demise of the people of color. They're not gonna go out easy. They're gonna go out with a motherfucking bang. They're gonna go out fighting. They're gonna go out angry. They're gonna go out explosive. And that's what we're seeing right now. All this MAGA shit, this is the white man seeing his end and demise come to fruition. His time of reign on the planet is over. It's fucking over, okay? It's done. He's done. There's nothing else for him. White people are realizing that 7% is going to go down to what? 3%. Then it's going to go down to 2%. Then it's going to be 1%. Then it's going to be nothing. They're going to be overwhelmed and disintegrate. That's what's going to happen. And this is why they're having this fucking hissy fit. This is why they're acting a goddamn fool. They are having their, what you call, last hurrah. This is their last hurrah. And they've already created a, what do you call it? A secession. I want to just speak on that real quick. Come to find out, I think it's in the New York Times, it's been published, that they have created a secession, like as if they're like royalty or some shit, like, in England. Okay. And this is how it's supposed to go. This is how it's supposed to go. This is why Charlie Kirk fucked up by getting killed. Or whoever killed him fucked it up. But it was supposed to go like this. Trump does his last 4 years with JD Vance. JD Vance goes and runs. You see, TPS already has crowned him the king, right? So he's supposed to go and he's supposed to be the king and be the president. And he was supposed to run Charlie Kirk as his vice president. The two of them are supposed to unite the whole white nation, right? And we're supposed to move into this white revolution. That was the idea. Using Turning Point USA and the power and this young, white, vibrant, heterosexual male, masculinity movement. And it's supposed to have like a great renaissance. This is the idea. This generational run of 20, 30 years. This is what they got planned. Y'all can read about it. Like they just gonna give it away. But Trump did say, did he not say you don't have to vote anymore? Did he not say that? That's because they know they've already fixed all the votes. They've already laid it out. All of this shit is just actual political theater. And I do believe that with the technology, Peter Thiel, BlackRock, and fucking Elon Musk, and he done been all in the servers, and they got all this shit fixed. Ain't no more voting, y'all. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. I'm really convinced of that at this point. Technologically, Starlink and all this other shit, they can fix something and make it exactly what it is. And how do I know that's just real? Because Trump came to Georgia and he said, I need 11,000 something, something votes. Like that shit was easy to do. He was trying to order, like how you pull up at McDonald's and you order a double cheeseburger. He was trying to order his votes. Why? Because that shit's real. It's real. He raised all that hell and went back and forth and did all these lawsuits because he knew it was real. He knew that fixing numbers is not anything that anybody hasn't done. Or he knows. He fucking knows. We might still be in the fantasy of believing that, That each of us going up there and putting our little ticket in the ballot and all that, it means something. It doesn't mean anything. I'm convinced of it. And Trump knows it. That's why he did all that. That's why he did all that. That's why Fannie Willis exists. you know, they rejected him. They told him, "You're not part of the plan because we already got this plan and you're not on right now. You're on later." He's like, "No, I want to be on now." No, 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 no. The powers have already decided you come later, not this time. We're gonna let Joe Biden do some shit, and then we're gonna bring you back in. No, he didn't want to go with the plan. Anyway, the secession is this. The secession is that J.D. Vance and Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is the vice president. They run 2 terms, 8 years. Okay. After that, Charlie Kirk goes for president. He brings in who? I'm sorry, Don Jr., which is Trump's oldest son. Okay. So Charlie Kirk is supposed to be the president for 8 years with Don Jr. as his vice president. This is what these motherfuckers been playing. They have already planned out the secession, understand? And Candace is right, and that's why they mad because she's pointing out something is wrong. Somebody had a plan, and the plan was to run Charlie Kirk politically, okay, to control him. And what happened is at the last final hour, that motherfucker turned tail, y'all. He turned tail. And they said, oop, the plan blew up. The whole shit blew up. Turning Point USA, the Groypers, Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, this shit is going left. And we gonna have to stop this motherfucking trolley right where it's at. And they stopped it with a bullet. Time will tell. We'll see. Just like COVID. They do all the lying and tap dancing right now, and then they wait 4 years later and they tell you the truth. They did all that tap dancing and confusion making and convincing and all that bullshit. 2020, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. They sold as much pharmaceuticals as they could, fooled everybody, mandated all this bullshit, did all that confusion, only for 2024 and 2025 to tell you, sorry, we lied. Y'all see that? You see how they do? You see how they do? They do all that confusion and merrymaking. And they put you to sleep and they make you think you're safe and everything's normal and things are functional. And they wait a couple of years and they tell you the truth. Now they say, oh, we lied. We sorry. It didn't work. We knew it did. We knew people was dying. We sorry. Let's move on. You see what I'm saying? That's that boxing shit with the bow. I'm saying we gotta wake up, man. How many boxes of bows? I mean, how many boxes of shit with bows do you need to open before you understand what the fucking package is? How many? How many times we gotta do this dance? That's why I'm here for. I'm here with popcorn. I'm here celebrating. I'm an accelerationist. That's what I am. I'm an accelerationist. I want to see all the shit show. I want to see this motherfucker burn. I really do. Because that's the only way we're going to be able to inherit the earth. When the 7% is gone, we got to understand what not to do, what is not good. Then the military industrial complex is a demonic thing. Warring against other people. Mind your motherfucking business. Stay in your own lane. Stay in your own country. Stay in your own country where you actually have blood in the soil. You have something of value to fight fucking for. Because this right here is an experiment gone wrong. All these people here come to steal, pillage, and destroy. These people don't come to build nothing. And I'm stuck here. These people don't come to make a decent humanity. These people don't come to make a society that's proud of itself. That's not what this is about. This is a place you come and get education. This place you come get money. This place you come get wealthy. This place you come get resources, contacts, and you go somewhere else in the fucking world and do whatever you want with it. Just like the Somalis. Come here, get whatever you want, and send that shit back home, and you go back and you live in a lap of luxury. That's what this is about. America is not a place built for humanity. It's not. It's not. It never has been. Look at the history of it. I don't tell no lies. It just hurts to hear. It's never been a place built for decent human beings. Not this country. We can try to put lipstick on a pig. We can try to tell ourselves about patriotism and all that shit. This motherfucker is the belly of the beast. This motherfucker is evil from its inception. The day them crackers stepped their ass on this fucking earth, this soil, and they start pillaging and destroying the earth. and stealing everything in sight. It has been a downhill since then. I don't care. They call it progress. They call it this, that. You call progress to enslaving somebody for 300 fucking years, and then you build all that wealth off of their labor, generation after generation, and you call that progress. You have an industrial revolution, and we made this motherfucker a superpower. Our blood and bones, a whole 300 years, blood, sweat, and tears and suffering, sun up to sundown, and you call that progress. You think it's progress. And then you have enough nerve to tell people. You have enough nerve to tell people they're not entitled to reparations, but you pay the rest of the world when you fuck up, don't you? That's how the Somalis got here. That's reparation. You understand? But we the ones who built this bitch, and you don't want to give us credit. That's why you'll never give us reparations. And so when people say to me, "Oh, you don't believe in reparations?" No, I don't, because I know that the cracker is not capable of being accountable for his evil. Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan taught us that if you were waiting on them to be accountable and right, you are waiting on nothing. It will never happen. It's not in their nature. It is the scorpion and the fucking frog. And that's what I'm trying to say. The 7% is gonna have their day. It is time for them to go extinct, and the world will be better for it. The meek will inherit the earth. The people of the sun will be living in abundance. And as long as we are open and awake and not asleep, and we do not take on the ways of the white man, you understand? We can't take on the ways of the white man. When they leave, when their presence is no longer here, we have to have a blood bond globally that we will never, ever go back to the way it was. That's what we got to do. That's the work. We got to get right on what whiteness is. We got to be clear on the evil. We got to point it out and know what it is. Stare at his eyes. Don't fucking blink. And that's what people of color don't want to do. We want to dress it up. Don't dress that shit up. I like my shit raw. You need it raw so you never forget. It's like the sun. If you ever look directly at the sun, you'll never do it again. If you really do it. Not little blinks and glances. Look at the fucking sun. You'll never do it again. They need to look at the fucking sun. All of them. You Cubans, all you people, the whole world. You need to see the ICC is not anything like a real institution for justice. Look at the fucking sun. It is an institution that the United States is currently shitting on. Why? Because they don't give a fuck about justice. It is a weapon they use to whoop people of color. Do you not look at the sun? Can you not see? Are you awake? It's all boxes of shit with bows. And I can't wait until they close the goddamn mailroom, okay? And that's what's going to happen. When 2,100 gets here, the 7% will be no more. And that's what the fuck I celebrate. So in the meanwhile, I am watching with popcorn. And sometimes what you think you see, it ain't what you see. I'm explaining myself because I think sometimes people misunderstand me. I'm pro-black than a motherfucker, okay? And the one thing I know is the nature of the white man. It ain't gonna never change and it ain't no good. And I don't bow down and I don't break. I don't make no excuses for white people, not none. I can't stand them motherfuckers at all. I grew up with them. I don't like them. They make my ass itch. On sight, I don't like them because I know what they are. I know they wear masks, and then when they take that motherfucker off, you see a monster that you can't stand to look at. I promise you, they are not innocent. They are not nothing but pure goddamn evil. There's evidence, but don't nobody want to look at the sun. You understand? Everybody's scared to look at the sun, and that's the problem with black people. That's our fucking problem. We don't want to see what is. We want to dress it up. So this is payback, and this is what I see right now. I think that the immigration, the motherlands, right, like France and Britain and Portugal, that colonized, that pillaged and stole, that destroyed, they call people the subjects. You understand? The subjects of the motherland. And at some point, you have rights because there's supposed to be this fake accountability, right? You're the mother country. So the people came back home to mama. And they stayed. And they had lots of children. And they built mosques and they built Hindu temples. They built institutions. They built neighborhoods. They built communities. And they stayed among themselves. And they refused to learn English. They refused to conform. They refused to assimilate because you stole. You stole. And this is the part white people don't want to deal with. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with the chickens coming home to roost. Chickens coming home to roost. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am an accelerationist. I am glad for it. I'm glad. I mean, I was pissed when I went to Paris because I actually did want to see like real Paris that I thought when I was growing up what it would look like, and that shit don't look like that. I was pissed as a tourist. I was pissed. Okay, I got to Paris. I don't think I saw any white people in Paris. I was very pissed about that. I was looking for Mademoiselle magazines and all this shit. No, it did not happen. The high fashion walking up and down the street, none of that. Paris is not what I grew up knowing Paris to be. And that was disappointing. I could have stayed in the United States. I could have skipped that shit. I could have really skipped Paris. I don't think anybody was speaking French. Je lui pensais. Nobody, nobody was. Paris was Paris was the world. It was not. It was not Paris. Okay. And it's a city that looks like Paris, but everybody was an immigrant. I got off the train. I said, "What the fuck is going on here?" I'm on the plane. I'm on the trains. I'm riding. I'm walking, and I said to myself, "God damn, where am I at? This is not Paris." I was really shocked. These white people are terrified. Y'all hear me? They are terrified. These white folks are terrified because when they look at London, that shit ain't no white people. They look at Paris and ain't no white people. I'm trying to tell you, I didn't see this shit with my own eyes. They are terrified. They are terrified. This right movement, this far right, that shit is justified. Cause I'm trying to tell you, them motherfuckers disappearing so quick. They disappearing so fast. Everything is immigrating. It's happening in the United States. But this is the chickens coming home to roost. You bombed, destroyed, you tore these people's countries up. You did all this pillaging and bullshit, warring and making trouble. Chickens coming home to roost. Immigration is your problem, baby, not mine. You did this. You keep fucking with people. They keep trying to tell the real white people who want to be honest. They tell you, "Hey, man, America first." They know minding your own business is the best way to survive, but they can't do it because they like money too much. They like to blow up shit, make money blowing up shit. They like to make money, you know, um, rebuilding the shit they blew up. They want to make money. So they can't stop what they do. They're evil. They're fucking evil. It is their nature. Last thing I'm going to say, black people, people of color, brown people, we have to decide that we are not ever, when them people disappear and we inherit the whole entire earth and planet, we have to decide that nobody is going to be whiteness. That's what I love about this. This is a lesson. Cubans, Mexicans, Africans, Asians, they're learning about the nature of whiteness, something they never wanted to see. And we got to all have a blood bond globally that we agree that whiteness can exist no more. Those people, the White Walkers are gone. The demons have been gotten rid of. Now we can be people of the sun. We got to agree to this shit. Because then if we end up having a whole new cracker on the planet, then we got another problem. You understand? This is why this is so important. These lessons, this fire, the wars, the strikes, all of this, we got to take it in. Nigeria, you learning a lesson. I love my Nigerian people. It hurt me yesterday to see Nigeria being bombed. It hurts me. That bothers me deeply. I can't speak of other countries, but Nigeria, that bothers me. It bothers me bad, right? Because I know Nigerian people. I know a lot of Nigerians. I love Nigerian people. The people exist in my life. Shit, I'm at the point I think I've had as much Nigerian people in my life as much as American. They half of my world. So that's not gonna work. Y'all see? So now I said, how would I feel if I'm Nigerian, I live here in the United States, and then you got this fucking president, and he's bombing my fucking country. Whatever your excuse is, doesn't matter. You're bombing my fucking country. I don't know how I would feel about that. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta not forget. All of us need to take our turn. We need to get a swift kick right up our asshole. That's what we need. And that's what I'm loving about this. Everybody's getting a swift kick up their asshole. Everybody. They just kicking ass and taking names. And I'm loving it because it's awakening us to whiteness. It's forcing us to look at the sun. Look at the motherfucking sun so you never fucking forget. We don't need this shit on the planet. These motherfuckers got to go. The 7% has got to go. And we don't need anybody else to imitate. That shit in Ukraine, let them motherfuckers blow each other up from here to kingdom come. I'm good with it. You helping 7% go down to what? 6.7. Okay? Let them kill each other. That's what they're gonna do anyway. They're warriors. They like to fight. They like to destroy shit. They like to cut up stuff. They like blood and gore. Let them have it. I hope all of them fight. Trump said he gonna go take Greenland. Go do that. Go do that. Go do that. So y'all can fight and y'all kill each other's self. Kill each other. Kill yourself. Do it. I don't care. We have to decide as people of the earth people, that we are going to renew the earth because the 7% needs to go and it will go. This is God's doing, no doubt. Their inability to procreate. This is a godsend. It's a blessing. And we got to accept it that way. So do not be distracted by all of the noise. They're just yelling on their way out, y'all. They're having a fit on their way out the door. That's all. You know, when people get mad or something, they gotta cuss you out. They gotta cuss your ass out until they get away from you. They gotta cuss your ass out on their way out the door. That's all. That's all this is. It's just noise. They're rattled to their core because ain't nothing they can do. They're defeated and they know it's over. It's a wrap. We're done. They did it to themselves. Y'all understand? They did it to themselves. Your evil has caught up with you. The chickens have come home to roost. All the immigrants, all the countries that you explored, they coming back. They're taking over where you from. How about that? Paris is black, okay? When Kanye said that song, he had that song called Niggas in Paris. I didn't know he was serious. Kanye got a song called Niggas in Paris. My God. I went to Paris, the whole motherfucking thing was brown. I was like, what the fuck going on? What the fuck? That shit rocked my soul. I can imagine if I was white. If I was white and from there, boy, I wouldn't know what to do. They're done. Y'all, they done. You done, son. You done. You're finished here. It's time for y'all to go on to Valhalla. I say y'all have a good day. Ah.